Next week is going to be the release of the Ahsoka series happening on Disney+. And Ahsoka Tano has become a huge part of the Star Wars franchise with her debut in the Clone Wars. She was a really good character in Rebels, and especially making her live-action debut in The Mandalorian, thus now making a live-action Ahsoka series. So of course, I'm DK Wrestler, and in today's video, I'm going to be ranking pops for both 2008 Star Wars The Clone Wars and 2014 Star Wars Rebels on the Tiermaker website. So let's get right to it.
Alrighty, so here is the Tiermaker list of Star Wars The Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels pops. I put both of them together considering that there are only about 20 to 30 pops between each of them, so might as well put them together instead of doing separate lists. But the categories from worst to best, we have ourselves Force Choke, could have been better, not bad, really good, and Rules the Galaxies. But without further ado, let's kick off with the very first pop in the Clone Wars lineup. That is Cad Bane, and of course we got to kick it off really strong by putting it under Rules the Galaxy. This pop is absolutely amazing. It has retained so much value over time, and I mean, hasn't really been many Cad Bane pops as it is, and if there hasn't been any for the Clone Wars. We've only seen it for the Bad Batch and then the live action version from the Book of Boba Fett. So who knows, maybe because it is the 15-year anniversary of Clone Wars this year, we could get a new Cad Bane pop. But then kicking off the very first wave that came out in 2018 of the Clone Wars, we got ourselves Ahsoka, and I'm going to put this one under not bad for right now. I mean, it's pretty cool. She's got the two green lightsabers behind her. It's almost like her signature pose, but we'll get into that in a little bit. And then we have ourselves Yoda, in which I got to put this under really good. Funko has done a really good job on making the Clone Wars and Rebels pops, considering that they made it look like them from the show rather than just taking a molding from a previous pop of, let's say in this case, Yoda, and then just slapping a Clone Wars box on it. Then we have ourselves Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I will also put this under great, or really good, I should say, for the same reason. I mean, you can definitely tell it is Clone Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi with that attire that's kind of mixing like a clone trooper and a Jedi cloak, so that's really cool. And then the head molding to make it look like Ewan McGregor, even though he wasn't the voice of Obi-Wan in this show. Anakin Skywalker, once again, I gotta put him under really good because of that same reason, making it look exactly like Anakin Skywalker from the Clone Wars and not just making a repeat of, let's say, like Attack of the Clones or Revenge of the Sith. And then Ahsoka Tano right here, the Hot Topic exclusive, will go under Rules the Galaxy. This is exactly what I think of Ahsoka, where she's basically wearing that croc top, and then she does her signature one arm behind her with the lightsaber, and then the Force as one of her posings. I still think to this day it is the best Ahsoka Tano Funko Pop out of any lineup, whether it's the Clone Wars, the Rebels that we're talking about, and even the Mandalorian, which may be a little bit of a spoiler of this list. And then we have ourselves Captain Rex, New York Comic-Con 2018 exclusive. I forgot to mention about Cad Bane being a San Diego Comic-Con 2018 exclusive. And I'm going to put this under Rules the Galaxy. I know there's been a lot of Rules the Galaxy and really goods thus far, but this pop is amazing. And I think a lot of people were excited when this pop was announced. The detail of this pop is awesome, and this one has definitely retained a lot of value, where it's about, I want to say $500 or $600 Canadian, and that was because of the season finale of the Clone Wars, or series finale, so it retained a lot of value because of that. Then we got ourselves here Hondo Ohnaka, which technically isn't a part of the Clone Wars lineup, but it is a Clone Wars character considering that he made his debut in the Star Wars series throughout this show. So I'm going to put this one under really good. The detail is really nice. It was basically well done. I think what could have made it go under Rules the Galaxy is because he's a pirate. He could have been a part of like a pop rides with the ship, but nonetheless, this one still looks pretty cool. Then we have ourselves Ahsoka Tano, starting off the huge wave of Clone Wars pops that came out just in time for the series finale. And this one isn't too bad. I mean, it's her with the blue lightsabers this time instead of doing the green lightsabers as you've seen in the original wave. But I do like the original one much better, as shown on Not Bad. And I should mention also, in case you guys were wondering, this is in no specific order when I put these in the rankings. It's just in that category and not specifically ranked. Then we have ourselves Darth Maul, and I gotta put this under really good. I mean, definitely better than a lot of the Darth Mauls we had previously, like even better than the Phantom Menace one that they did for Star Wars Celebration 2019, and then the OG ones where they had like the swirly eyes. I really like the way that they did this, especially with the mechanical legs that he has at this point. Then we have ourselves Gar Saxon, and I'm gonna put this under not bad. This one's not too bad, especially because it is a new character that isn't obviously a repeat of, let's say, Ahsoka or Obi-Wan or someone we've seen lots of pops of. But at the same time, I feel like Gar Saxon had a better impact in Rebels rather than the Clone Wars, but he does make an appearance in the last season, hence why they made the pop here. Then we have Bo-Katan Kryze, and I'm going to put her under not bad. This is pretty cool because I believe this was Bo-Katan's first pop before they made the abundance of them for the Mandalorian. But nonetheless, it was cool to like kick it off this way because they definitely made better ones as terms to the Mandalorian. Then we have Wrecker for the Clone Wars, and I'm going to put this under... You know what? I'm going to put this under not bad. I think a lot of people would think this pop is really good, especially because of the posing, which I do like, but I definitely do like the unmasked Wrecker they did later on for the Bad Batch series much better than what we have here, although I feel like I do like this one more than the masked one they did for the Bad Batch. Then we have ourselves Ahsoka Tano. That's a GameStop exclusive, and I'm going to put her under could have been better. I believe this is a scene where like she's kind of like working on vehicles at this point because obviously she's not a part of the Jedi Order at this point, and I feel like they could have done something more as terms to the Clone Wars lineup. Instead of this Ahsoka, they could have done a new character or a slightly different variant of a character that we want for the Clone Wars, but this one, I don't know. I don't think it was really needed. And then we have ourselves the Mandalorian Super Commando. I believe that's what it was. And I'm going to put this under not bad. I really like the design of this pop. I like the posing, and especially the way the mask is where it's like gray and red and you have that kind of logo on it that kind of looks like a handprint. But nonetheless, it was really cool to see these kind of obscure characters, I guess, be made into a Funko Pop, especially as a Funko Shop exclusive. Then we have ourselves the Darth Maul with the lightsaber and the Darksaber exclusive to Chow's Collectibles. And you know what? I'm going to put this under really good, mainly because Funko usually kills it with the Darth Maul pops, especially now. And if I were to really specifically rank these, the double saber one that's beside it would be much better. This is one of those pops where if I was specifically ranking it, it'd probably be the end of really good, beginning of not bad. Then we have ourselves Savage Opress, and I'm going to put this under... You know what? I'm actually going to put this under not bad. This is that situation where I would put it on the beginning of not bad, considering that it's really cool that we have a Savage Opress pop. People have been wanting Savage Opress for a long time, especially because he does play a huge part in Clone Wars, especially getting Darth Maul back into the Star Wars series with him as the catalyst to that. But the way that the posing is, I feel like is a little bit off. And I mean, it's cool that they acknowledge him in this Red Saber series set, but I feel like the glow-in-the-dark aspect wasn't entirely needed, besides like the flame as terms to the lava base and then the lightsaber. But I mean, this could have been pulled off as a non-glow-in-the-dark pop, but nonetheless, I knew that it had to be at least not bad or really good for Savage Opress. Then we have the Obi-Wan Kenobi with Mandalorian armor that's exclusive to Entertainment Earth, and I'm going to put this under not bad. This is one of those cases where, once again, it's another Obi-Wan variant, but did we really need this specific one? Not exactly. I could think of a couple different Obi-Wans that they could have made besides this one, but nonetheless, the attire does look pretty decent on Obi-Wan, but I do like the posing better on the OG one for this set. Then we have ourselves Jar Jar Binks, and I'm going to put this under really good. It was really cool to see this Jar Jar because this was the very first Jar Jar we had seen since the OG wave of Star Wars pops, and the detail just evolved very nicely. Obviously, we did get a very cool one for Phantom Menace later on for Star Wars Celebration, actually, I believe this year in 2023. So that one kind of beats the two previous ones like this one, but nonetheless, this one was really cool to see since we hadn't seen Jar Jar in so long in pop form. Now going on to all three of the multi-packs before we move on to the Rebels pops, starting off with the Darth Maul and Gar Saxton glow-in-the-dark 2-pack that is a TargetCon 2023 exclusive. And I gotta put this under Force Choke. I mean, normally for these tier maker lists, I like to at least put one in each of the categories. And although these, for the most part, are pretty cool pops, if there was any pops between Rebels and Clone Wars that had to go in the Force Choke category, it had to be this one. I don't think it was necessarily needed. I think you could have easily done Darth Maul glow-in-the-dark by himself later on as some sort of an exclusive. I don't think that Gar Saxon needed to be glow-in-the-dark at all. I get why they put them together because of the way that the storyline was and how they kind of work together, but I just feel that you could have done something different for a 2-pack for TargetCon, and I don't even think you really needed this for the set. But speaking of multi-packs that I think is really cool, we have ourselves Darth Maul and Ahsoka Tano, GameStop exclusive. I'm going to put this under really good. And I'm going to put this under really good because of how amazing that lightsaber duel was at the end of the Clone Wars series between Ahsoka and Darth Maul. I think that was really cool. But what I wish they would do with these kind of lightsaber duel 2-packs is actually make moments with them instead of just putting 2 singular pops together like this. You've seen how Funko has pulled off moments, especially with the Star Wars 40th anniversary set with like the Cloud City duel and the trash compactor moments. They could have done something like that with the Darth Maul and Ahsoka Tano 2-pack, but I put it under really good because of them acknowledging that lightsaber duel. Then we have ourselves Count Dooku and Anakin Skywalker, and I'm going to put this under really good for 2 things. First off, the Anakin does look pretty cool, but what really makes this really good is the first Clone Wars Count Dooku pop, and this looks great considering that you can definitely tell it is the look of Count Dooku in the Clone Wars and not Count Dooku in the live action movies that they did, and I think they did a great job. But once again, this could have been under Rules the Galaxy if it was exactly like I said with the Ahsoka Tano and Darth Maul 2-pack, and that's making it a moments for this lightsaber duel and not just a regular 2-pack. Now we are on to the Star Wars Rebels pops, which first off, we have ourselves the first pop, Hot Topic exclusive Ahsoka Tano. Let's put her under not bad, pretty decent, but the posings have been better for a lot of the pops as terms to the Clone Wars though. Then we have ourselves the glow in the dark LA Comic-Con or LA Kamikaze, I believe it was called back in the day, Ahsoka Tano, where it's like holographic. I'm gonna put this under could have been better. I mean, it is all right, but once again, this is just the same molding as that Hot Topic exclusive pop we just talked about, but making it more holographic. And I mean, the glow-in-the-dark aspect, it does look nice, but I think you could have done something a little better though. Then we have Sabine Wren, Walgreens exclusive. And I'm going to put this under not bad. Really cool to see a masked Sabine. The mask looks nice and the posing is pretty decent for the first Sabine pop that was made. Then we have ourselves Kanan, I believe his name was. It's been a while since I've seen Rebels, but I did really enjoy the Rebels series. And I'm going to put him under not bad, really cool. Not really much of a good posing, but nonetheless, still cool that they made a pop of him. Then we got ourselves Chopper, and I'm going to put him under really good. Chopper is actually one of my favorite droids in the entire Star Wars franchise. And then we have ourselves the Star Wars Celebration 2017 exclusive Disguise Chopper, and I'm going to put this under not bad. Then we have ourselves Ezra Bridger, and we got to put him under really good. I think the posing is really cool. It's cool to get an Ezra pop, especially showing off that awesome lightsaber, which is basically built off of a blaster where he can use it as a lightsaber and he can shoot out of it as if it were an actual blaster. So I really enjoy the way his lightsaber looks, and Ezra had a really cool character development in Rebels. Then we have Unmasked Sabine Wren, and I'm going to put her under not bad. And I mean, it's literally the same posing, if I'm not mistaken, as the Walgreens exclusive one, except it's unmasked this time, which I guess makes sense. But nonetheless, I feel like they could have done the posing a bit better to where it could have been under really good, especially how they pulled off the hair here. And then speaking of, I guess, hair, Hera is the next one we're going to be looking at. And I'm going to put her under not bad. I mean, pretty cool, pretty simplistic. There wasn't really anything you can do to make her look better. I mean, they do have the Hera pop that is the ship one, which now as I realize that pop should have been on this tier maker list. Oh, I totally forgot about that one. The Amazon exclusive Hyperspace Hero set, and Hera actually has her X-Wing, which if you guys were wondering, I would definitely put that one under really good because of her riding an X-Wing. I think that would be really cool. Then we got ourselves Zeb, and I gotta put Zeb under really good. Zeb was one of my favorite Rebels characters. The overall design looks really cool. It's based off of the Ralph McQuarrie design of what Wookiees were supposed to look like, but then they used it here. The green eyes just pop out really well. I think the one thing that could have made this under Rules the Galaxy is the fact that this could have been a flocked figure, and if they would have made a flocked one, I think that would have put Zeb under Rules the Galaxy. Then we have ourselves the Star Wars Smuggler's Bounty exclusive Captain Rex Unmasked, and I'm going to put this one under not bad. I mean, it definitely makes sense. You do see him unmasked and looking very much older in Rebels, but I mean, if we wanted an unmasked one, we definitely should have gotten an unmasked one for the Clone Wars first before Rebels, but nonetheless, this one was pretty cool though. Then we have ourselves Darth Maul, the Star Wars Smuggler's Bounty exclusive, and I'm gonna put this under, once again, really good. They really kill it with the Darth Maul pops besides doing the 2-pack with Gar Saxon, but this one was really cool. I mean, Darth Maul did have a pretty cool, like, I guess, arc in the Rebels series, especially his battle with Obi-Wan Kenobi. Then we have ourselves the Inquisitor, and I also got to put the Inquisitor under really good. Just the overall head sculpt of this pop is cool. Those yellow eyes pop out really nicely, and this could be one of those cases. This could be at the end of really good, beginning of not bad, because of also the posing going on. Then we got ourselves both the Walmart exclusive 7th Sister and 5th Brother, which I forgot to mention that the Inquisitor was also a Walmart exclusive. Gonna put them under not bad. They do play a pretty decent part in Rebels from what I last remember, but nonetheless, they could have done the posing a bit better though. Then we got ourselves Thrawn, and this is pretty sweet. Gotta put him under not bad though, because it is a simplistic posing, but I think that's all you really need for this pop. Then we have ourselves the Imperial Super Commando, and I'm gonna put this under not bad too. The outfit is pretty cool for FunCon 2021, I should have mentioned, and I remember this scene considering that I believe Ezra actually disguises as one as he's trying to get into the Imperial base. And then we have ourselves the pops that aren't actually a part of the Rebels lineup, but they are a part of the Power of the Galaxy set, but of course they are connected to Rebels, starting off with the Sabine Wren, and then of course the Ahsoka Tano. Let's start off with Ahsoka because I'm going to put her under not bad. This is, I believe, the finale of Rebels right here. And then we have Sabine Wren, which I got to put this one. Let's end it off on a good note with really good. I think this one's really awesome. I mean, you take the old one that you have with the double blasters, but this time she is actually on a base. She's using her jetpack, and I believe she has a blaster in one hand, and if I'm not mistaken, which I can't really tell because of how small the photo is that she also has the Darksaber, because I know at some point in Rebels she did have the Darksaber, so that's really cool that they did that. But that's going to be the end of this ranking video. If you enjoyed me ranking the Clone Wars and Rebels pops, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you want me to rank next in terms of Funko Pops, but hope to see you guys in the next video. 1, 2, 3, I'm out of here.